What is up, everybody? Welcome back to 5-Minute Movie Reviews. Holy cow, guys. It has been a while. I took a little bit of time off during the month of December, didn't put out a whole lot. And now, if you saw my release schedule posted a couple weeks ago on Instagram, you know that I've got a lot of stuff coming up planned. A lot of stuff I'm very excited about. Just wrapped up Mando reviews and got all kinds of 5-minute movie reviews coming out. I got a most anticipated movies list of 2021 that I'm super excited about doing. But right now, we have to talk about a movie that I was not excited to see. That I only saw because the theater that I saw it at was amazing. So let me talk about the experience first. I'll be brief since it is 5-minute movie reviews and not 10 minutes. So we went to this place called the Movie Tavern. Anybody who lives in Kentucky, the Movie Tavern is in Lexington, Kentucky. Well, it's technically in Nicholasville, but it's like a minute from Lexington, so I'll just call it Lexington. So it's like a restaurant. They deliver food. You can order food. You can get a steak at your movie if you want, and they bring it and deliver it to you while you're sitting in recliners. It's glorious. I can't recommend it enough. Obviously, it's a little pricey, but I think the price is worth it for the experience. It was even worth it to watch the piece of crap movie that we watched, and that movie was Monster Hunter, the newest movie by acclaimed director Paul W.S. Anderson. And if by me saying acclaimed director, that is a total lie. All of his movies, for the most part, are really bad. Tyler tells me that Event Horizon is good, and I haven't seen it, and I don't have much of a desire to see it, especially after this movie. I don't really want to watch any of this guy's movies, to be honest with you. But he made the Resident Evil series of movies, which of course starred his wife, Milla Jovovich, who is really good. Really good actress. You don't hear about her much, and she's super awesome in action roles. Very much an action heroine type of film star, and she does really good in Monster Hunter. This movie, it almost feels like Paul W.S. Anderson when he decides to make a movie, because almost all of his movies now star her. This is his first movie since 2016's Resident Evil: The Last Chapter, which, if you've seen the Resident Evil movies, you basically know how this movie will be, how it will feel. And that is not good, and it's not well made. But he essentially makes movies that'll just star his wife now. It's almost like he wrote this movie for her and made it for her to be the lead role. Based off of the very popular Monster Hunter series of video games. I hear they're popular. I had never heard of it before this movie. And for people I've talked to that like this series of games, the way I describe the story of this movie to them, they're like, yeah, that's not at all what happens. This is like just a made-up thing with the title slapped on it. So fans of the game will probably not enjoy this movie too much. So if you've seen a Paul W.S. Anderson movie, you will know that he is a horrendous editor of films. His editing style is very much, it's so fast-paced. You could call it fast-paced and tension-filled, or if I wanted to be pretentious or call this something that it's not. But I'm just going to call it bad because that's what it is. Because the editing is so choppy. You can't hardly tell what is going on in any action sequence at all. I mean, it's really bad. To do one, like, roundhouse kick, there might be, like, 7 cuts from different angles. What is the point of that? You have Milla Jovovich, who has done her own stunts in movies before. You have Tony Jaa who is a very famous martial arts star and who can do all these things, like, for real. You don't have to fake it with these guys. If you've seen Chris Stuckman's video on this movie, you know he says that several times. You don't have to just fake it with this guy. He's a martial arts star. He knows what he's doing. So the fact that Paul W.S. Anderson, all these years later, after the Resident Evil movies have been made, will continue to edit films like this, it's just beyond me. Horrible editing. Cinematography is hot garbage, too. This is a very ugly-looking movie. Everything looks fake and digital, because a lot of it is. But I will say the only positive I will give this movie is, aside from the Milla Jovovich being good, she's good in every role she's in. She does a good job and is very convincing as just a bad A female. Sorry, this is a family show, we don't cuss. But aside from her performance, the designs of the creatures are quite bad, but the effects on them look pretty good. This movie is a $65 million budget movie. And you know what? You see a lot of that money on the screen. The monsters look pretty good. They look pretty convincing. That's like one of the only credits I will give this movie. Aside from those two things, the rest of it's horrible. The acting in this movie, aside from Milla Jovovich, is terrible. All of her fellow army platoon that she commands that are teleported into the new world with her they don't do good. And Megan Good is a good actress. T.I. has shown to have been very entertaining in the Ant-Man movies. He can do better work than this. The line delivery in this movie, and the lines themselves are the worst part of the movie. The lines in this movie are so cringeworthy. Not one joke lands, and there's a lot of them, and not one joke lands. It's so bad. This movie's horrible, guys. I can't reiterate that enough. If you came into this wanting just a mindless, super mindless, no substance at all, no character writing at all, just an action movie where monsters try to kill people, then yeah, you'll get that. But I expect more out of movies. I expect more out of my dumb movies. And I like dumb movies. Dumb action movies are awesome. But those movies are still better than this. Guys, I won't waste your time much longer because we're probably about to exceed the limit of time anyway. But this movie is hot garbage. It's horrendous. I will be giving Monster Hunter a 1 out of 10. So it is better than The New Mutants. It's not the worst movie I've seen this year, but by golly, it's close. So, guys, thank you as always for watching. You guys are the best ever. If you could do us a favor and watch our podcast episode on The Perks of Being a Wallflower, because it has an insane number of views right now. Don't know how it happened. It's probably a YouTube algorithm mistake or glitch, but you know what? I hope that's not the case. I'll hold out hope that that's not the case, but it just exploded overnight, and it's just doing very well, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So give that a listen and a watch on YouTube if you would. Guys, you are awesome. You're the best. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and be on the lookout for more 5-minute movie reviews very soon. Bye.